Well, yeah, look, heck, I finally got the lighting angle right. You see, I'm balanced. I got a regular, one of those LED soft white bulbs over there, lamp points up. I got my really cool, Mount Abbey, right, LED light, up here, right, and I got the ambient light coming through, right. As you can see, this black with different colors on its heart is upside down. When red put it on, couldn't figure out which way was up. But anyways, I finally got the light balance. I think I got pretty good right here. Let's see this. Let's move this way a little bit. Anyway, so since I've been dealing with a lot of stuff lately, I figured I might talk about it, and see if I can get some of it out and Sam and get a reaction from some of you guys. See if some of you guys what you think. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not looking, I'm not looking to analyze, anything or anybody or anything else. I'm saying I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna make a lot of jokes, right? I'm saying, right, because hey, it is what it is. But anyways, right? I personally think, right, that the whole thing revolves around stability, right, or the lack of stability, instability, right? I'm in this program based on the simple fact that I have to pay. I mean, it's a good program. It really is. I'm saying it's focused, right? It helps, a minority of people coming out of prison, right? That gives us, a semblance of stability, right? That we can work through, and then we can build into our own personal stability. Now there, since I've been here, a couple 3 months, there have been, a few guys that have worked all the way through it, and they're back integrated back into the real world. They got a car, they got a job, they got their own place. I'm saying they're doing good. And saying, a couple of them got girlfriends back. Saying they reconnected with their families. Right, they're doing good. They still come around. There's still a couple guys here. That they know that they hang out with, that they hung out with on the yard. Understand that they consider friends, partners, road dogs. Saying that they deal with, and they talk to them, and saying, and how it worked out, how it's going, and stuff like that. Right. So that here, that's the unconscious goal here. That's what everybody's working towards, that, looking at that, and saying, and that's the way it's going. Like, and we have, there's a few guys here in this house that have been here for a while, over 6 months, and saying they have had the same job, or at least one or two jobs. And they have money saved, and they're working towards it. I'm saying, and they still have a few months left on parole, right? But they're probably going to do good once they get off parole and go, and do whatever they're gonna do. Like our house manager, Justin, he's from up north. He's probably gonna go back home and hang out with his family, because his family owns a sawmill and all that stuff up north, and they're upper middle class, right? And Justin's got a lot of money saved, and he's doing good. He's a good guy. He's a little cowboy dude. He's pretty buffed up. He's really mellow. He's really easy going. Right, he's really smart. He's a good choice for the house manager here. Well, I'm saying, and but we got some new guys. A couple, two, three new guys now, right? That are fresh off the yard. Right, they one of them was locked up for a long time, 22 years, and he is extremely institutionalized. Right, so basically what he does most of the day is just sit there and watch TV, and that's about it. Because that's all he did. Institutionalization has many forms, and it rears its head in many different ways, right? And homie, and no one's mad at him, because we all recognize it, we all see it, we all know what's going on with him, right? Because we've all experienced different forms of it ourselves. I'm saying, it's just like depression. It has different forms and different layers, and it works certain ways. Well, this individual, right, he's a good guy. He really is. He's a big heart, he's helpful. You ask him to help you do something, he's right in it. You ask him to do the dishes, he's right on it, because he needs that structure. He needs somebody telling him what to do, right? In order for him to function, because otherwise he just sits. Otherwise, it's like he's doing time, stares at the TV. I mean, he watches Grit, the Grit channel on TV. I mean, we have basic cable, but he watches the Cowboy channel all the time, always. John Wayne, Glenn Ford. I mean, right? I mean, we watched the Rock Hudson movie last night. And then, no, I'm going to save that one, but anyways, right? And that's what he does. I mean, he got a phone the other day, right? The PO let him get a phone the other day, so he got one of those little basic Walmart, pay as you go, straight talk things, and I helped him set it up. I'm saying so he doesn't, end up with some bad stuff, and I showed him how to use it a little bit, so he doesn't do anything bad. You know what I'm saying, right? And he's been spending his time the last few days, a week or so, right, reconnecting with his family, calling his family members, talking to them, talking it out, right? I'm saying last night he spent, a couple 3 hours talking with an old girlfriend that still lives, back in the hood over here on the west side, saying and telling more stories and stuff like that. He's still pretty much stuck 22 years ago. I mean, he hasn't because he's been locked up so long, and because he's fresh off the right the lady that runs this program, she has this thing called blackout. It's like 2 weeks. So when you first get out, right, you're confined. You're not confined. You're restricted to the house. You know what I'm saying? Until they figure out what to do with you. And if you want to go, like if he wants to go over Cirque K or something, one of us that's been here for a while has to go with him. What I'm saying? Kind of like chaperone him a little bit, make sure he doesn't get into trouble. Make sure that he integrates well. He has good interaction skills with people at the stores and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's a pretty good guy. He's pretty smart. You know what I'm saying? But he just has 22 years under his belt, and that leads into his institutionalization, right? And it's sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's weird, sometimes it's a little off, right? Because he does weird little things, and weird little things trigger him, you know, like oh man, I mean like a couple of nights ago, somebody cooking ate soup and left their bowl and their spoon in the sink. Instead of rinsing it out, washing it out, and putting it on the thing, like you're supposed to, they just kind of like put it in the sink, walked away, and dude kind of nutted up, and what I'm saying, went up a little bit, what I'm saying, and Justin had to get involved, and it was all over a spoon in a bowl, right? But see, that's the mentality, that's the mindset, what I'm saying? Prison is all about respect. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't show any, or you don't show enough, right? Some people get irate. You know what I'm saying? And because they two things happen. They take it as a personal affront to them and their respect. I'm giving you respect. Why can't you respect me back? And number two, because it's a generalized thing about, hey man, you're supposed to know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying, dude? You're supposed to have respect for yourself and fucking handle your business, right? And people that have been locked up for a long time, this is ingrained into their psyche, right? And it messes with them, right? And it takes it takes some of us older people, some of us older guys, saying that have been in and out, and saying to have dealt with it and know and recognize the behavior patterns, to kind of settle them down a little bit and explain to them, look, bro, I'm saying, not everybody understands. I'm saying, because the person that committed this offense in his mind, right, had only done a little over a year in prison, and they really didn't catch the flow of it. He's a young guy, right? Young guys don't really get into it until they get beat up at least once, what I'm saying, or they find themselves in a situation where they, where they, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? But I just, this is just a snapshot of how it works, and how different people, right, deal and relate with free life again, right, out here in the open, right? I mean, he won't never get past it. He'll never, he will always be institutionalized to some point, and for the rest of his life, right? And but once he integrates back, once he's done with this program and he gets his Social Security going and all that, because he's about my age, right? And he integrates back into his family, because it's appearing that his family's setting up to get ready to take him back once he's done with his parole. He's only got a few more weeks, a couple to go, right? And then he will probably most likely be all right. He'll never probably ever get arrested or get in trouble again. You know what I'm saying? Unless he gets hooked on drugs or something over in the hood, which is there is a high potential for that because he doesn't do anything. I mean, all he does is sit around. You know what I'm saying? And that's a breeding ground for nothing to do but get high and drink. You goof around, get mixed up with the youngsters and the hood rats and all that stuff. And that's the biggest leading contributing factor to going back is getting involved with the bad people that you should stay away from. Anyways, this is me, Brian. Just trying to help you guys out to understand some of the mindset and some of the the things that we that you will deal with once you get out of prison if you accidentally end up going. Thank you.